Greetings and good evening once again from Neenah High School. We're in Fox Crossing, Wisconsin, site of tonight's big Fox Valley Association girls basketball matchup. It's the doubleheader, the nightcap coming up. Neenah Rockets hosting the third-ranked Kimberly Papermakers. I'm Brett Christopherson with USA Today Network Wisconsin. Thanks for hanging out with us again. Saw a fun boys matchup here just moments ago. Neenah winning that one over Kimberly, the final 72-58. Now it's the girls' turn to take center stage, and we've got a good one between two fantastic rivals. Joining me in a little while will be Ricardo Arguello. He went down to talk to some of the coaches and Freddie Owens and those guys, making sure that we're trying to get Freddie Owens, the new head boys basketball coach at Kimberly, on one of our 920 Sports podcasts. But I'll get things going here. And as you can see, both teams on the floor, clock running, and time to do some game notes. Also hanging out with me tonight is Jim Rosandick. He's manning the high-definition cameras up high in the bleachers. And Rosie is busy doing his thing, and I'm going to get busy doing our thing. Some game notes here. Neenah 4-1 overall, 1-0 in the Fox Valley Association. Great start for the Rockets. Kimberly undefeated, 2-0 on the season, 1-0 in FBA play. First, let's start with the Rockets. They're coming off a 75-59 victory over Appleton North in their Fox Valley Association opener on Tuesday in Appleton. Rowan Klesmet continued her hot start as she poured in a game-high 27 points to lead Neenah. Her stat line included 5 3-pointers and a perfect 6 of 6 showing from the free throw line. She also added 3 assists. Ellie Buss also had a big night with 22 points. That included a 7 of 15 shooting night from three-point range. She added 4 assists. Ava Krieger chipped in with 14 points. Overall, the Rockets hit 14 triples compared to just 5 for the Lightning. Neenah also forced 16 turnovers. On the season, Klesmet is the Rockets' leading scorer at 27 points per game. She's shooting 60% overall, 39% from three-point range, and at 93% from the line. Buss is next at 14.2 points. She's shooting 33% from distance and 85% from the line. Klesmet and Ray Schultz are tied for the top spot in rebounding at 2.6 per game. Buss is the assist leader at 2.6 per game. As a team, Neenah is shooting 38% overall, 36% from three-point range, and 71% from the free throw line. Opponents are shooting 38% overall and 23% from three-point range. The Rockets are averaging 16.2 rebounds per game and averaging 6.8 steals per game. Neenah averaging 61.4 points per game as we look at the scoreboard and allowing 49. Hey, big game coming up for the Rockets on Tuesday night. They're going to host second-ranked and defending state champion Arrowhead. That's a big non-conference matchup, as I said, and a rematch of last season's WIAA Division I State Championship game. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Kimberly, the Papermakers, they're ranked third in this week's WisSports.net Division I State Coaches Poll, and they're coming off a 54-45 victory over Appleton East in their Fox Valley Association opener on Tuesday over at Kimberly. 3 players scored in double figures for Kimberly, which was led by Haley Doulis' game-high 13 points. Doulis knocked down a pair of three-pointers and was a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. She also grabbed 5 rebounds. Ava Van Vonderen and Reagan Krieger chipped in with 12 points apiece. Van Vonderen hit 3 threes and finished with 6 rebounds, while Krieger shot 4 of 11 overall and a perfect 4 of 4 from the stripe. She posted 8 rebounds as well. Overall, the Papermakers rebounded the Patriots 33-26. They also limited Appleton East to 31% shooting, which included a 3 of 20 showing from distance. On the season, Claudia Asman, the team's leading scorer at 17 points. She scored all of those in Kimberly's victory over 8th-ranked Brookfield East on November 23rd, the season opener. However, Asman did not play against Appleton East. Kind of a banged-up team for Kimberly. We'll talk about that as the game goes on as well. Doulis is next with 15 points. She's shooting 36% overall and has hit all 9 of her free throw attempts. Krieger is third in scoring at 13 points. She's shooting 53% overall and is 6 of 6 from the stripe. Van Vonderen is fourth at 12 points. She's shooting 36% overall and is 3 of 5 from three-point range. Krieger, Doulis, and Van Vonderen all averaging 6 rebounds per game to lead the way in that category. And then looking at assists, Emily Urban and Kennedy Eben, they're tops on the team at 3.3 and an even 3 per game respectively. As a team, Kimberly is shooting 46% overall, 47% from three-point range, and 88% from the free throw line. Opponents are shooting 36% overall and 26% from three-point range. The Papermakers hold a slight edge over their opponents in rebounding at 27.5 to 24. They're also averaging 4 steals per game. And then again, looking at the scoreboard for the Papermakers, Kimberly averaging 57.5 points per game and allowing 52. And Papermakers after tonight will be back at it Tuesday night at De Pere in the non-conference matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Those are the game notes. And I want to thank our sponsors again for tonight's game and all season long, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. Capture all your holiday memories on a new phone. Stop in or shop online at cellcom.com and get your team, club, or business name out there with Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. They customize products specifically to fit their customers' needs. Custom embroidery, screen printing, and graphic design. Cooney's does it all. Visit them online at Cooney'sEmbroideryandSportswear.com. Again, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. The second game, the nightcap of our doubleheader. Just streamed the boys' game. Now we switch over and check out the girls. Again, Kimberly ranked third in the state in Division I. Neenah's got to be a top 10 team here at some point as well. A lot of talent. And this FVA conference is loaded. Ortonville ranked. Appleton East, I know, was a preseason top 10. The Patriots, a tough start for them, but they're way too talented. Appleton East 0-4 in the season going into tonight's action. But you know you're going to hear from the Patriots as well. Just a tough league from top to bottom again. And particularly the top tier teams are probably going to take turns beating each other up. So we'll see how this one plays out. I'm Brett Christopherson again with USA Today Network Wisconsin. Ricardo Arguello will be joining me shortly. He's doing some final work with the boys' side. Talking to Coach Rubbis for the Rockets and Coach Owens for the Papermakers. But thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And the first two games of what should be a fun basketball season for us here at USA Today Network Wisconsin. Looking forward to a good season. And I want to thank Neenah Athletic Director Mike Elkin once again for having us here tonight, making sure we're good to go. We appreciate Mike and his staff here at Neenah High School, as always. Always enjoy our visits to all of these schools. Neenah, of course, our trip here tonight. We'll mention the starting five for both sides here in a moment, but first things first. As the teams now are off the floor, warm-ups are done. Our national anthem coming up, then the starting five. Tip, and we'll be underway here in the nightcap of this Boys and Girls Fox Valley Association doubleheader.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Neenah High School for tonight's Fox Valley Association matchup between the Kimberly Papermakers and the Neenah Rockets. At this time, will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Kimberly starting 5, a 5'6" junior guard, number 3, Emily Urban. 5'7" sophomore guard, number 14, Kennedy Eben. 6' sophomore forward, number 33, Haley Dulis. A 6'1" sophomore guard, number 34, Ava Van Vonderen. And a 6'1" senior forward, number 44, Reagan Krieger. That's Urban, Eben, Dulis, Van Vonderen, and Krieger for Coach Dave Lepisto and the Kimberly Papermakers. For the Rockets, a 5'7" sophomore, number 4, Celia Gentile. A 5'7" junior, number 11, Rowan Klesmet. A 5'5" senior, number 21, Ava Krieger. 5'7" junior, number 23, Ellie Buss. And a 6' senior, number 34, Ray Schultz. That's Gentile, Klesmet, Krieger, Buss, and Schultz for Andy Brownell's Neenah Rockets. Rockets in the home white, Kimberly in the road red, and we are about ready to get this Fox Valley Association girls basketball matchup underway from Neenah High School. Good to be here again for the second game of this boys-girls doubleheader. Krieger and Schultz going to jump, and who's going to get the loose ball? Looks like the Papermakers. We are off and running. Spin move. Wow, tough move. How about that for a start? That's Van Vonderen quickly putting the Papermakers on the board. Klesmet with it, guarded there by number 14. That was Kennedy Eben. That's a good matchup. And Klesmet coming off that screen, nothing but net. They're going to say a 2-point basket, a long two by Klesmet. Had a toe on the stripe, but boy, she's been, we're going to talk about Rowan here as the game goes on, but she is off to a sizzling start in this 2024-25 season. Ooh, tough baseline drive, no good. That was a good move by Haley Dulis. Rockets with it. That's Klesmet dribbling. Klesmet, little step back, and just a little too strong there, but she doesn't need much space to let it fly. Great shooter. That great basketball family, the Klesmets. Of course, Max at Wisconsin, Cal at Northern Michigan. 3, that was too strong by Van Vonderen. Loose ball picked up by the Papermakers. This time Dulis lets it fly. Van Vonderen with the rebound. Scoops shot, no good, and I think that will stay with Kimberly. A flurry of activity to start this game. Van Vonderen working in that corner. Dulis now swinging it out. Good take, drive, kick out. Dulis going to let it fly from the wing. Got it. And Dulis now with a triple, a 5-2 lead for the Papermakers. Showing a little pressure there against the Rockets. And we're going to get our first foul of the night. That's going to go against Reagan Krieger. Yeah, all right. Ricardo is back with us. Ricardo Arguello. I know you had to run down to the locker room, get some boys' stuff. So thanks for being here, Ricardo.
No, I'm excited. Let's see if I get back into the mix here, Brett.
You got to catch your breath.
5-2 Kimberly, it looks like here.
Yep.
Okay.
A lot of activity so far. Both teams showing athleticism, good spacing, very active. And we'll talk about it, Ricardo, the amount of talent, to collegiate level type talent on both sides. And this is a Kimberly team coming in really banged up, too, as now the Papermakers. Krieger kicks out to Van Vonderen, scoop shot it in. And Van Vonderen with 4 points.
Van Vonderen also a standout volleyball player, Brett. I know she's on my all-area volleyball team. Whoop, I let the cat out of the bag there.
Uh-oh.
She's on there somewhere.
Klesmet and drills it. Klesmet already with 5 points for the Rockets. And, you know, we'll talk about, I know Coach Andy Brownell called it the elephant in the room, but, you know, life after Allie Zabel, right, for Neenah, and I think so far so good. Rockets coming in, Ricardo, 4-1 on the season, looking very sharp. Kimberly at 2-0 in the short, brief season. So these are two juggernauts. I firmly believe that the Rockets should be a top 10 team. I cannot believe they're not in the top 10 in the Division I poll this week.
It's early. I mean, that's something kind of the first couple of weeks, Brett, you're going to see the cream rise to the top, in my opinion. And there's no doubt that Neenah's a team that should be considered as one of those elite teams. Inside.
Good move,
Oh,
just
good.
good defense, but that was Ray Schultz. Ricardo, Rosie, we're getting somebody asking on the chat if it's possible to zoom in a touch. So if you can maybe do your best. We can only zoom in so much. We want to make sure we get all the floor, but just passing that along to Rosie. Look at that Reagan Krieger left hand finish. And Krieger with her first bucket of the night.
So many great players, so many great lengthy players for Kimberly.
Well,
Brett. That's one thing that stands out about them.
Ricardo, Kimberly missing Kate McGinnis,
Right.
Out with an injury, and then Bentley Drought as well. Claudia Asman had a big game to start the season, 17 points, but didn't play in their second game. I think she's maybe due back tonight for some limited minutes, but a team that's banged up. But how about missing McGinnis, who's a Belmont recruit, one of the top players in the state of Wisconsin in her class, one of the top players in the FBA, of course, and that's tough duty for Dave Lepisto, but so far so good. I know what was it, McGinnis dealing with maybe like a knee type situation.
Yeah, it was a meniscus thing. She's one of, I can't say what she is, but I recently talked to her at length, and expected back late December, late this month, maybe early January.
Yeah, Coach Lepisto was thinking around Christmas time that he thought both McGinnis and Drought could be back, and he joked and said he kind of called it some really good trade deadline acquisitions there.
Right.
So, I mean, you got a talented team with again, some great college-level prospects, adding those two pieces as well. But, again, when you got a kid, speaking of college talent here, Rowan Klesmit, I mean, she is sensational. And there's a three from the corner, no good. But obviously she's going to be the focal point of this team, along with Ellie Buss as well, who's going to the next level. And Reagan Krieger, strong move with 4 points.
She's a fine player in the paint. Her size, and here's the thing: a lot of times when you see athletes that are kind of tall or bigger, they haven't quite found their coordination. That's not the case with Krieger.
Oh, missed there. That was Kendall Brocktrup for the Papermakers. Boy, both coaches into this game. There's Klesmit misses. Two excellent coaches here. And in transition, Kennedy Eben with a bucket, and the Rockets, Ricardo, going to burn a timeout, a 30-second timeout, to kind of calm things down here a little bit.
Yeah, Van Vonderen with the nice rebound, and then pass up forward, and able to convert on that goal was Kennedy Eben. A lot of great athletes on both teams, Brett, but the ones that stand out for me, I'm looking at Kimberly. Yeah, a lot of them are volleyball players. And some of them are actually outstanding soccer players. I know Emily Urban is a name that I remember quite prominently from their state championship run, Brett. Remember, they made it to the final last year in Division I, and I remember Emily Urban being a key player for them.
The scoreboard, Ricardo, I have it at 13-5.
I as well. I think they have that incorrect. Are they talking about that?
Yeah, that should be another bucket. I think that Kimberly at the scorage tables as well. I was just double checking. I have 13. No, there we go. Now we're good here.
Brett,
at
your
Neenah High
eagle
School.
eye misses nothing, my friend.
I'm actually, I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back. I think the transition from football to basketball hasn't been too bad so far, and I'm sure I just jinxed myself now. But, yeah, you look at, we'll talk about some of the players here, but of course Neenah coming off a fantastic season last year, finishing 24-6 overall, WIAA Division I state runners-up. Rockets falling to Arrowhead 69-59 in the state title game. But congratulations again to Andy Brownell and Neenah. Rockets' first trip to the state title game since 1980, and their first trip to the state tournament since 09. Neenah also a 14-4 showing in the Fox Valley Association. Just what a year and what a memory. And they got that silver ball in the trophy case. And but a new season, a new team. Shot, nice shot. There's number 10, Izzy Malloy, with a confident-looking shot there for the Rockets. And here they come again. Boy, Kimberly likes to get down quick. You can see wherever Klesmet is, they're trying to follow her as closely as possible. That's going to be a foul on Emily Urban.
Second team foul into the game for the Rockets. Ellie Buss, Celia Gentile.
If Max and Cal are watching tonight, hope everything's going well for you guys. I know there's Rowan, and who's that going to go off of? It's going to go to Kimberly.
That went off of Klesmet, but I think Klesmet was thinking, well, what about a foul there?
Yeah.
Rowan, she's a little beside herself. I think she has a good reason to be.
Max and the Badgers have a big one coming up against Marquette. Is that tomorrow already? Is that a Saturday?
The Badgers only have one loss, don't they?
Yeah, they just lost to Michigan. A tough one. That should be a great game. Looking forward to watching that. You guys are watching. We say hello to you.
Oh,
tapped
nice.
away. Good hands. I think that was number 4. That might have been Gentile.
It was.
And Klesmet with 5 of the Rockets' 7 points so far.
Look at her being harassed there. That's Emily Urban.
Well, you got to follow. I mean, Rowan she can let it fly. And again, she's off to a great start. We got to follow here. I want to read off some of the numbers here.
Kimberly fouls number 34, Ava Van Bonderen, her first. Team's third. Kennedy Evan and Reagan Krieger in for the paper
Let me
makers.
just update our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. But check this out, Ricardo.
I'm checking.
Rowan, 35 points against Wisconsin Rapids, 29 against Wausau West, 23 against Marshfield, 21 against Homestead, and 27 against Appleton North. How about that? There, she's going to let it fly again. Almost lets that one fall through. She enters tonight's action with 730 career points. She might reach that 1,000-point mark later in the season. Be interested to see what kind of offer she gets. And rebound for the Rockets. That's number 3, Alyssa Abel, I want to say, E-B-E-L.
There's Ellie Buss.
Yeah, Ellie Buss has committed to Division II Maryville University, and she also had an offer from Roosevelt University as Division II level as well. So some talented players again on both sides here. It's 13-7. Kimberly with the lead. As we look at our Cooney's, or Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
Oh, nice
Good cut
pass.
inside and just can't get it to drop. Nice job fighting for the rebound, though. Buss going to let it go, and it rims out.
Whoa. Brett, how did that not stay in?
Don't know. And Coach Lepisto wants a 30-second timeout to talk things over as well. We talked about the coaches in the boys' game. Lee Rubbus for Neenah, Freddie Owens for Kimberly, both with college experience. But these two coaches here, Andy Brownell, who's in his 21st season now with the Rockets, and Lepisto, longtime assistant for Troy Cullen. I believe this is his 3rd season with Kimberly. Excellent basketball minds as well, and they both are so into it. And it's tough not to get excited when you're watching their teams play, because you kind of feel like you're getting into the intensity as well. So this is good stuff and some high-level basketball right now.
Obviously, Brownell is a staple of the broadcast at the state tournament. And then when you're talking about Lepisto, Brett, if you ever watch his Twitter,
he'll put some video clips
He'll
up
break
there.
down plays. I mean, I think you would serve yourself well if you would go check that out. Anybody out there, go look for Dave Lepisto's Twitter, because he breaks down a lot of the plays that they do and how they run things and try to maximize the most out of their athletes.
It's always fun watching clips, regardless of who puts them out there. As Krieger misses that one, but you look at it, Brownell, 21st season, 289 career wins. That's a program record. 2 state tournament trips this last season when they were state runners-up, and again in 09 is Buss with a triple from the corner. And right back into this one are the Rockets. 13-10, Kimberly leads with just over 10 minutes remaining in this opening half. Good spirited battle between these two rivals. Tough shot, Duelis misses, loose ball, and the Rockets have it.
Ooh, Buss almost lost it, but able to regain control. Shot no good. Rebound is correct.
Here's some oohs and ahs right now from the crowd. Three-pointer from the wing. That's number 14, too strong. That was Kennedy Eben. Good look. And you can hear Coach Brownell starting to direct traffic a little bit as the Rockets get things set up. Good defense there.
A little frenetic right now. I think they just need to slow things down just
Get a little deep breath. You know what the thing is?
Yeah.
Both teams have had some games under their belt. You know, the girls start earlier than the boys. This is already game number 6 for Neenah. We'll talk about both teams and their schedules, too. Just tough opponents that both coaches have put on the schedule, which will, of course, only help come tournament time. 3, good. That's number 35, Kylie Verbakel.
6'1" forward, Brett, but she's got range, as you saw in that three-pointer.
Yeah, and 5 different players already in the scorebook for Kimberly. Looks like a foul. That must be against Kimberly.
Kimberly fouls number 14, Kennedy Eben, first personal.
Brett, I'll tell you this much. It seems like the girls' game, I don't want to say has more energy than the boys, but it seems just a little bit more intense to start here.
Well, two teams that will factor into the FVA title this season, right? Along with Hortonville, which is ranked in the top 10. And I know, again, I mentioned this before you got here, Ricardo, but Appleton East was a preseason top 10. Patriots are off to an 0-4 start, but they're too good. Too much talent on that team. You figure they're going to be heard from as well as the season goes on. Klesmit thought about it. Boy, look at that step back, and just a little short that time. 3 again, strong, rebound, loose ball, and the Papermakers have it. That's Van Vondren. Good cut to Krieger, baseline, and a nice pass underneath. Krieger with 6.
Big fan of Krieger. I just love the way she plays. Her footwork is very, very advanced. And she just has great court awareness, seems to know where the ball is at all times. Very good defender as well. And you can't teach 6'1", Brett.
No, and just a physical player as well. Like, not afraid to mix it up and play in traffic and finish in traffic. Urban with her second foul. You look at the fouls right now. 5 for Kimberly, none yet for the Rockets here. And we're over halfway through this opening half. Buss with it. Little bounce pass, and Kimberly, or I should say Neenah, definitely trying to set up that corner 3. No good.
Give and go here, Brett.
Yeah, that's a good finish by Krieger. The pass is that Ayla Rosh, I want to say.
Yeah.
And the Rockets going to burn a timeout.
Yeah, Reagan Krieger with 8 points, Brett. Really doing a good job down low. She's going to be a player to watch this season. I'm not saying that she's because when you think of Rainey Wilson, right, and Rowan Klesmit, those are kind of the 2 headliners for I want to say player of the year, but I don't think you can discount Reagan Krieger. I think she on both sides of the ball, upper tier. So, and if she has a solid season.
Well, you got to think Rainey Wilson's the front runner.
I know.
Certainly going into the season.
I said her and Klesmit, probably the 1-2 favorites, and we don't do any betting.
No,
but
no, we don't make enough to be.
But I love Krieger's game, and it's different than both Klesmit and Wilson.
We can see wherever Klesmit is on the court, they're trying to stick with her and guard her. Don't give her any space. The thing of it is, she can got such good footwork, speaking of footwork and ball handling skills, that she can clear space for herself. Good little backdoor cut, short corner shot, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for the Papermakers. Kick out, free throw shot off the glass, and still another opportunity. Rockets will reset.
Of course, Brett, when I'm talking about Player of the Year, can't forget about Kate McGinnis.
All right. And another opportunity. It's like 4 chances, and finally that one goes in as Izzy Malloy, her second bucket of the night. Good job by the Rockets, Ricardo, just working that offensive glass, getting the loose balls, and finally some second chance opportunities fall. Yeah, you mentioned Kate McGinnis. We said she's out, hopefully coming back around Christmas, but just 13 points away from 1,000 for her career. Waiting for her to make her season debut.
Boss from way out, Brett.
As I said, Kate McGinnis has committed to play at Division I Belmont in Nashville. Hey, Emily LaChapelle, former Appleton East standout at Belmont now. But McGinnis also D1 offers from Bradley, Davidson, Eastern Illinois, Utah State, Wisconsin. Of course, she's the daughter of Kimberly Athletic Director and baseball coach Ryan McGinnis. Her mother, Lori, a standout at Oshkosh North, a Miss Basketball winner, and a standout at Marquette. Bank shot for Van Vonderen goes in, and that's a triple. 7 points for Van Vonderen.
Klesmet. Look at her being double teamed.
Yeah, I know.
Brett.
I mean, she's so dangerous.
Boss. Whoa, she'll throw it up.
She's got to keep shooting. She's too good. A little short there. Those are going to fall, though, eventually. And Van Vonderen with the steal, but stepped out of bounds on the sideline.
Alex Gruden, a sophomore, 6-foot sophomore with a couple of rebounds there for the Rockets. Kept the possession arrow going the Rockets' way.
Oh, wow. Look at that ball handling there, but good job just to stay with her. That was number 13, Veda Susek. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Loose ball, scrum, turnover. Papermakers have it. And I think that's going to stay with Kimberly. Thought maybe that went off of Van Vonderen's foot or knee, but
official was right there, Brett.
Official was right there. Again, thanks to everybody joining us tonight. The second game of our boys-girls doubleheader. Saw a good one on the boys' side. Kimberly, or I should say Neenah, winning that one, 72-58. And now for the nightcap. We should do this every week, huh? Just do a doubleheader.
If they have them.
I think Kimberly has one next Friday with Hortonville. And there's a good shot there by Maddie Armstrong, number 20, her first bucket of the night. Boy, Kimberly gets out. Neenah on the run as well. Look at the ball handling skills by Klesmet. Bus now. Turnover, and this is going to be an uncontested layup. Nope, check that. Scoop shot, though, in. That's number 14, Kennedy Eben. She's got 4 points on the night.
Ooh, in and out.
Klesmet, no, nothing but net. 8 points for Klesmet. A couple triples for her as well. Down to an 8-point game. And another timeout for Kimberly. I think it was just basically getting some subs in for Coach Lepisto.
Brett, what was that? The final of the boys' game again?
That was, I believe it was 72-58. Yep, Neenah with the win.
72-58. Okay.
Correct. Again, folks, as I said in the boys' game, not sure where we'll be next week. Trying to kind of map that all out, but we'll be somewhere. And you can follow me on Twitter at PC Bretzi. I'll announce the game, our next Cellcom varsity game of the week there. Also give Ricardo a follow at at Ricardo De Leon, DELIAN, and Jim Rosandick at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. Also, folks, our guy Dan Powers is shooting photos tonight, our talented photo journalist. Check out his photo gallery. It's a combined photo gallery from the boys and girls game, so images from both will be on postcrescent.com later tonight. Dan the man hanging out with us right now, actually.
He's always on the move.
He is. He never sits still, does he? 3 goes in. That's number 24, Claudia Asman, who is back tonight. Remember, that was supposed to be some limited minutes. She had 17 in Kimberly's opening win, season opening win. Looking at the triples right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 3-point baskets for Kimberly so far, Ricardo. Klesmet with a pair for the Rockets. Just doesn't need much space. Works off that screen. Had enough space to shoot that 3. You think about the Klesmet family, as I mentioned, Max at Wisconsin, Cal at Northern Michigan. Now Rowan here. I believe their dad, Rich, played for Ron Einerson. I thought he was on that state runner-up team in 1988, I want to say. Thought he was part of that squad. So basketball in the blood for the Klesmets.
They got the basketball in their hand right out of the womb.
I guess. Three-pointer, that's Doulis. Boy. 2 triples for Doulis.
Coming off that, there's a little bit of a, both teams battling for the ball there earlier in that possession, Brett, but, the end result is another Kimberly 3.
And a layup, nope. This time, though, that's number 14. That's Carly Baltus with a bucket.
Look at that.
Jeez. Asman quickly a couple triples and lights out shooting right now for the Papermakers.
She's
so
feeling
far.
pretty good now.
Yeah. Klesmet, they're
going
going to say offensive.
Yep. And I don't think Coach Brunell was happy with that call.
First team foul for the Rockets with 2:42 to remain in this opening half. 34-19. Yeah, let me count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 3-point buckets now for the Papermakers. 2 for Asman, 2 for Doulis, 1 for Van Vondren, and 1 for Verbakel. And remember, this is a team that's missing Kate McGinnis and Bentley Drought. Tough turnaround. Van Vondren with a miss. It's like Neenah mixing things up defensively. See if they can get Bus going as well, Ricardo. Little step back again from Klesmet. An offensive rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball.
It's going to stay with Neenah. Two minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first half. Kimberly on the strength of how many three-pointers? 5?
6.
Lead 34-19. Klesmet up top.
This will cut inside, but good defense by Van Vondren. A lot of length for the Papermakers, Ricardo.
Yes.
And youth as well. Whoa, there's a collision there. Klesmet gets free. Another one for Klesmet.
They needed that one, Brett.
Yeah, they did. 3 triples and 11 points overall now for Klesmet. But look at how quickly Kimberly gets down to shoot. But credit the Rockets, Ricardo, not falling asleep in transition, even off the make. You see how quickly Kimberly gets down the floor, but Rockets right there for that rebound. Sometimes, you make a 3 and you inbound, you don't think that they're going to pop it that quickly, and teams can be a little lazy defensively, but Rockets getting down there quick. And we're going to get another foul on Kimberly. That's going to be team foul number 7.
The foul's on Kimberly, number 34, Ava Van Vondren, her second personal. 7th team foul, rated
So
3
1 and 1 coming up for Izzy Malloy.
Kimberly's over the limit. Neenah's in the bonus with Izzy Malloy at the line.
gets that one to fall. Malloy now with 5 points. First trip to the stripe for the Rockets. Kimberly's been sensational to start the season, red hot from the free throw line, coming in 22 of 25 so far
good?
for the Papermakers. That's 88%.
Yeah, that's better than I'd shoot. You've seen me shoot.
That's a good team average. Malloy showing she can drop them from the stripe as well. She's got 6 points. And down to a 10-point game again. Sure if you're Andy Brownell, right, to keep it within this range as you go into half. Maybe even whittle it away a bit more. As Krieger, tough take. Oh, lowers that head. Klesmet, though, inside with the rebound. Under a minute to play. Are they going to try to play for a final shot, or are they going to just run their offense here? Let's see.
How'd you get that rebound among the trees?
Ooh, coming off the screen. That was a good look. Krieger with it. And does Coach Lepisto? No, he's saying go down the floor. He's not saying take the air out of the ball right now with 40 seconds to play. Now I have to think that Andy Brownell is going to want to maybe play for one last shot, right, with 38.2 seconds to go.
A few too many turnovers here for me, Brett. I think both teams are a little – I know the defense can be, good at times, but to me this is more unforced errors and just wrong passes, that kind of thing. It's a little disjointed.
Oof.
So that could have been a double dribble, Brett.
Yeah, she's trapped. Oh, wow.
Again, they're not calling that. Was that not over and back?
Well, it was tough from our vantage point. Klesmet going to let it go and rebound. Oh, here come the Papermakers on the run.
This is what I mean, Brett. This is
You
frenetic.
said frenetic. Yeah, that's a good word for it. Oh, look at that drive. Baseline move by Doulis. Can't get it to fall. Loose ball. Scrum for it. And I think that's going to be out of bounds.
Yep.
Rockets ball with 5.1 to go. Looking for Klesmet, and they're all over, and there's going to be another foul. That's going to send Rowan at the line too, Ricardo. That's the 18th foul. So if you're Dave Lepisto, you want to guard, but you don't want to foul here with just 4 seconds to go and put Klesmet to the line.
The team's 8th. To the other end for bonus, Rowan Klesmet. Emily Urban in for the Papermakers.
Looking at Klesmet, 3 3-pointers, 9 points on the night. Her first trip to the free throw line. In fact, we've only seen 2 free throw attempts, and Malloy hit both of them for the Rockets moments earlier. So fairly clean game overall. 18 fouls for the Papermakers. Just one for Neenah here with 4 seconds to go in the half. And Klesmet good on the first. So this is what you want, right? If you're Neenah, now it's down to single digits. So good job fighting back, and
6-0 run, make it a 7-0 run.
Yep, and easily within striking distance here in the second half. Final attempt. Well, they're going to get a pretty good look off the glass. Almost. That was number 3, Emily Urban, but we are at the half. Wow, entertaining first half.
Good stuff. Good teams. Just need to be a little more efficient on their possessions, Brett.
Well, halftime here at Neenah High School. And again, we look at our Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Papermakers on top of the Rockets, 34-26 in this Fox Valley Association girls basketball game. We'll talk more about tonight's game. And again, we'll kind of, replay everything we have coming up digitally with USA Today Network Wisconsin, because we have some new audience as well, right, from the boys game. But we'll talk all about that stuff after these short messages.
For a limited time at Cellcom, every phone is on sale or free for new and existing customers. Because keeping you at the center of everything we do includes giving you the freedom of choice. Stop in or shop online at Cellcom.com.
Promote your business, unite your team, or just get your name out there with help from the professionals at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Family owned and operated for over 20 years, we have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your business or organization. We can put your logo, name, or anything else you want on any article of clothing. From embroidery and screen printing to graphic design and heat press services, we've got you covered. Call today.
Welcome back to Neenah High School. Again, we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard shows Kimberly leading Neenah 34-26. Fox Valley Association girls basketball game, I should say. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get those stocking stuffers ready, Ricardo, with buy one, gift one free on all connected watches, tablets, and cameras. Mix and match to spread the love and cheer. Visit Cellcom.com for details. Ricardo, some gift ideas for you to give to me at Cellcom. Okay, something you would think about. And Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear.com. Again, 34-26 is the halftime score. And Ricardo, some first half thoughts. I know you said frenetic pace, too many turnovers, but boy, the talent level you can't deny on both sides.
One thing that I noticed, and believe I missed the first minute or two of the game, but I will say, Brett, that there's a lot of rebounds for Neenah here. And I'm not sure if it's because of a lot of missed shots from Kimberly or Neenah, but that is a large amount of rebounds. I'm counting this right now, Brett, and there's like at least 25 rebounds for Neenah in the first half. So,
really, wow.
Again, I don't know if that's from missed shots. To me, the game is frenetic in the way that they're hurrying shots, that the game doesn't have much flow. Now, I know that both these teams have superior athletes, Brett, and both these teams are probably going to challenge for the FBA title, but I would just like to see a little more, I don't want to say that they're careless with the ball, but I would like to see a little more calm play.
I think that's not. I don't think that's the mindset or how these two teams are wired. I think they like to get up and down the floor, run, and really get in your grill defensively.
See, and that's where back to trying to transition into basketball mode. To me, this goes against everything conservative about me. You know.
Yeah, but both coaches, again, animated. They push it, and it's a fun brand of basketball to watch. So we'll see how the second half goes. Maybe both teams clean it up a little bit, but I like the fact that Kimberly got out that big lead. You can just see the talent on the floor, nailing the three-point shots, but Neenah didn't flinch as well. And what was the lead as much as in that first half?
Oh, what was the largest lead?
The largest lead for Kimberly there because
I had them at 31-17.
Oh, 14-point game
lead, yeah.
Yeah, so good job by Neenah. And if you're Coach Brunelli, that's what you're saying, right, at halftime. Hey, guys, we're within 8, all right? We kind of took some body blows, but we whittled our way back. Our defense did a good job getting some rebounds for the Rockets as well.
Neenah had a 9-3 run there at the end.
Yes, but if you're Dave Lepisto, you're saying, I like what we're doing as well. Let's just keep working the ball. We got so many different playmakers and shooters. Let's keep doing what we can do, and maybe we can get that separation again. But it's going to be a really fascinating second half to see which style, who gets the momentum, and maybe can deliver the knockout blow later in the second half. But good stuff. So anyway, Ricardo, you talked about it during the boys' game, but you got Player of the Year stuff coming up, and, of course, our Fab Five that you've been working with Rosie on.
Right, so let's just go through what I got coming up. In the coming day or two, I should have my all-area girls volleyball team, Player of the Year. I'll give a hint. It's not one of these two schools.
Okay.
So that's all I know. I'm going to let you out there. So look for that in the coming days. There will be, however, members of these two schools on the first team.
Okay.
So that I can say. That's coming up the next 2 days. I am working on the all-area football team, which will be sometime next week, late next week. And there will be Kimberly and Neenah football players on the first team.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. So, and then midweek, I'm guessing at the latest, the Fab Five boys and girls basketball teams will be released, and Jim Rosandick is working on theirs. Am I right, Rosie? I'm looking right at you. Good. There's my buddy. And he's working hard because I don't know if there's some technical snafus that he was able to figure out, but I think we're going to have the girls first. And just letting you know, Rosie, you have to have the girls video done first, and then the boys. So that will be released midweek, I'm going to guess.
Okay.
Next week. So, and then I'm going to also try. I have rankings every week as well, so look for those. And I'm going to try to. Oh, this kid just made
wow.
Was that a half-court shot?
Oh my goodness! Look at him! Look at him celebrating.
Rosie, we had that camera on him.
definitely check that out.
Okay.
Hey,
Good job, young man.
Where's Lee Rubbus? Is he kind of checking this kid out? Maybe a future shooter, huh?
Now, where's that cash? Didn't he win cash?
He's saying we're all going to Jimmy John's tonight.
Yeah, he's being mobbed by his buddies. Oh, Brett, I always like to watch the young kids make the big shots.
Pizza is on
Yes.
him.
I lost my train of thought now. But, well, you know, a couple other things. Varsity Roundtable, we just had Freedom. We tried to have it this past Wednesday, but the weather was foul.
Mother Nature wasn't very nice.
Not helping, so we're going to have that this Wednesday, 7 o'clock, the only online high school sports talk show in the state. Freedom Girls Basketball is going to pay us a visit. And what else am I missing here? I do have, at the end of the month, my top stories of the year.
Okay.
Top 10. I always do it every year. So be sure to check that out. In terms of the 2024 year in high school sports, it's at the end of the 24-25 high school season that I have my A to Z column, but that's not till mid-June.
Of course, that will also coincide with our Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show. That's going to be May, June sometime next spring at the Lambeau Field Atrium. Looking forward to that. Stay tuned for more details as we continue to move on. But I know fall nominees, we're getting close to pinning those down. Mike Sherry does a great job, our colleague, putting all that stuff together and really sifting through the nominees. And we all get together in a big, like a summit, we call it, right? The nominee summit. And we try to figure out the final nominees, players of the year, all that good stuff. But looking forward to that. But that's we got to get through winter first, and then the cold spring, and then that's just a good way to cap off another, every year is a sensational high school season when it comes to sports. So looking forward to that. Again, next week, Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week basketball live stream. Not sure what that's going to be. We'll figure it out. Maybe Ricardo, maybe we should come back here next, Tuesday night. The Rockets girls are hosting Arrowhead. That's a rematch of the state championship game. And Arrowhead's ranked number 2 in the state. That could be a candidate. Of course, Kimberly's taking on Hortonville next Friday night. Rainey Wilson and the Polar Bears coming to Kimberly. That's another showcase game as well. So, as I said, it's going to be really difficult each and every week to kind of find one game because we're going to have like multiple great games, whether it's boys or girls side. Monday night, I want to quickly give a plug to our Clubhouse Live show. That's our Packers show. It takes place inside the Fox Club at Neuroscience Group Field at Fox City Stadium in Grand Chute. Home of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, also home to Clubhouse Live. Packers defensive tackle Kenny Clark is going to be there. I guess we'll sort of look back on yesterday's game, but maybe we'll sort of flush that one out. The big news in that show, it's Kenny Clark's holiday food drive. We're collecting food, non-perishable food items that will benefit Paul's Pantry, and it's sponsored by Piggly Wiggly. And the folks at Piggly Wiggly are also going to match all donations. So come on down, and those who bring non-perishable food items to donate get a signed item from Kenny Clark after the show. All right, so come on. Let's. This is a great tis the season of giving. Let's give and try to accumulate as much food as we can for the great folks at Paul's Pantry up in Green Bay. Gates open at 5, free admission. Show starts at 6:30. It's going to be an abbreviated show because we want to get the food collected and get everybody who brings items a signature from Kenny Clark. No photos of Kenny, just a signature, and we got to move the line along. But definitely check it out. And if you can't check out our show in person, we always stream it on any of our Facebook pages, our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel, and our websites. Hey, first half scoring for Neenah. I have Malloy with 6, Klesmet with 13, Baltus with 2, Armstrong with 2, Buss with 3. For the Papermakers, Eben with 4, Asman with 6, Doulis with 6, Van Bonderen with 7, Verbakel with 3, Krieger with 8. And 6 3-point buckets for the Papermakers, 4 for Neenah, though, and 3 of those coming from Rowan Klesmet. So second half, getting ready to start, and it looks like Kimberly will open with the basketball to start this second half. They should do a triple header.
We can if we cover like the WBY shootout or whatever goes on at the Crest Event Center.
Oh, that sun drop? Yeah, the sun drop. That reminds me.
We could have a, what do you call it, a forward? I don't know what you call it.
We need to bring January back.
Yeah.
January week. We used to do that. That was a full slate of basketball streams. A round table was basketball. How about that move?
Look at that.
Wow.
Brett. That's impressive. You know what I like to call that?
Say it.
The scoop-de-loop.
Yeah. That was a nice basket, and 10 points now for Krieger. Ooh,
Oh.
Krieger knocked it away from Buss. Loose ball, and we're going to get a jump.
And I like Krieger's baby powder blue shoes. You see those?
I do.
They stick out.
How about Van Vonderen? She's wearing 2 different color shoes for the Papermakers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Rosie's got a good shot at that. It's a shoe game now, right?
This is a old reference, but a little Punky Brewster.
Oh, jeez, yeah. That is an
Told
old
you it was
reference.
old.
I haven't heard that one in a while. Of course, there's Dulis with a scoop and 4 quick points for the Papermakers.
They're a solid team. This Papermakers team, I'm telling you, they got the roster to maybe do some damage this year.
Depth, right? I mean, again, doing this without Kate McGinnis, without Bentley Drought. A lot of pieces. You know, of course, Kimberly, a challenging non-conference schedule that's already included number 8 Brookfield East. That was a 61-59 win for the Papermakers in the opener. The Papermakers, Ricardo, they take on top-ranked Pewaukee on February 1st. That's at Kimberly. Papermakers also will take on West Appear on January 21st at Kimberly. The Phantoms ranked number 3 in Division 2. And Urban with a bucket and a 6-0 run here to start this second half for Kimberly. 4 players in double figures in that win against Brookfield East. Claudia Asman, Haley Dulis with 17 points apiece. Wow. Now it's going to be an 8-0 run with Dulis with the bucket.
Brett, 4 of the Neenah possessions in this half ended in turnovers.
And Neenah now with a full timeout. Relentless are the Papermakers. But Asman and Dulis, 17 points apiece in that win over Brookfield East. Reagan Krieger, 14 points. Emily Urban, 10 points. The Papermakers went 11 of 12 from the line. Neenah, a tough non-conference schedule as well. The Rockets just faced 5th-ranked Homestead on Saturday. That's Neenah's only loss on the season. That was a 64-47 loss as part of the Kettle Moraine Thanksgiving Classic. But the Rockets will take on 2nd-ranked and defending WIAA Division I state champ Arrowhead on Tuesday. That'll be right here. And then, of course, that's in addition, Ricardo, to facing stiff competition within this great league. 3rd-ranked Papermakers tonight, 7th-ranked Hortonville. Appleton East is going to be tough. So rugged schedule for both teams, without a doubt. Kimberly, of course, coming off a season last year, 23-4 overall, 16-2 in the FVA. The Papermakers falling to Hartford in a WIAA Division I sectional semifinal. Will this be the year that the Papermakers take that next step, maybe get to the Resch Center?
We've got some very good teams, and I'm talking about also late under Cullen as well, as that is a foul. Are they calling that on 14? For Kimberly,
number 14,
Kennedy Evans.
First team foul.
Wonder if Allie Zabel's watching tonight.
Why wouldn't she?
Right? Over in Yukon. Allie, hello. If you're watching.
Maybe Gino's watching
the
too.
Rockets. Her and Gino hanging out and watching this live stream tonight. Never know.
Having some chicken wings.
Buss from the corner. Got it. Big bucket for Emily Buss. Her 2nd triple, 6 points.
They needed that, Brad.
Yeah.
Break this streak.
That was a 16-point deficit.
Zone defense here by the Papermakers, Brett.
Yep, propelled by that 8-0 run to start the second half.
I should say by the Rockets.
Almost knocked away. Krieger kick out. That's going to be Dulis again. Got it. Jeez. Another triple.
They're lengthy. They're athletic. They can shoot. And there's plenty more on the bench. Right.
I know.
They can come in. And they're without 2 of their best players.
13 points for Dulis. Well, you look at Reagan Krieger is committed to Division II Minnesota Duluth, right? All right, there's one college. He also had Division I offers from Southern Illinois Edwardsville. And then a D2 offers from Michigan Tech.
Wasn't Van Vonderen offered from Wisconsin?
Yeah, Minnesota State, Roosevelt, St. Cloud State, Truman State, and Winona State. That's Krieger. Again, going to Minnesota Duluth. Van Vonderen, Ricardo, has D1 offers from Butler, DePaul, UW Green Bay, Marquette, UW Milwaukee, and Wisconsin.
Oh.
Duelist, D1 offers from DePaul, UW Green Bay, Marquette, and UW Milwaukee. And then I know Dave Lepisto has said juniors Emily Urban and Claudia Asman, Bentley Drought, who's a senior, and sophomore Kennedy Eben have all received various interests from the D1, D2 level as well.
As well as probably soccer. Some of those, Eben I know is a heck of a soccer player.
Okay, maybe that's for a different sport, yeah.
Urban as well.
But holy smokes.
I think that's something that Kimberly preaches about being multi-sport athletes, Brett.
I think Neenah does too.
They do too, but Kimberly really is a forerunner, or I should say a leader on that is.
How about that?
There you go.
Gentile with the steal and then the finish. Good job. Active hands, her first bucket of the night. But you're right. You look at Kimberly right now and just they're strong, they're tall, athletic. It's tough when they have that kind of length. You look at Van Vonderen and Duelis in particular, and Krieger too. Look at Krieger 6'1", Van Vonderen 6'1", Duelis 6 foot. But just kind of that they have those lengthy frames as well. Tough jumper from the elbow, no good. Rebound, Krieger second chance point. She going to the line.
Looking at Neenah's roster, they have height as well. Looking at some of the, I don't want to say post players, but traditional maybe. 6 foot Alex Gooden, 6 foot Ray Schultz, 5'10" Jillian Matheny.
Krieger knocks down her first free throw attempt. She's got 11 now on the night. Must have a bunch of rebounds too, I'm guessing. And Krieger, nothing but net on the second. So 4 points this half, 12 on the night. 16-point lead again for Kimberly with about 14 minutes to play in this Cellcom Varsity Game of the Week girls basketball live stream. Jump ball coming up. I believe that will be Neenah's ball.
Ellie Moss back in for the Rockets.
Under 14 minutes left here in the second half. 47-31 lead for Kimberly.
Nice dribble and take and finish. That is Urban with her second bucket of the night, both this half. And largest lead now of the night for Kimberly, 18-point game. It'd be tough to go against Kimberly, right? Don't you think they just kind of wear you out after a while? Just so relentless. Nice bounce pass from Klesmit to Buss. Buss couldn't finish. Three coming.
Van Vonderen.
Yep. Another chance. Nice bounce pass from Krieger to Duelis.
Timeout, Neenah.
And the Rockets going to take another timeout. So there you go, working the glass, Ricardo. Krieger keeping it alive, finds her teammate cutting. Krieger to Duelis, and a 20-point lead now for Kimberly. Looking at Duelis, 15 points, 9 this half. Again, folks, we got a great offer on a digital subscription, 6 months for $1. That's all it costs, unlimited digital access. Find more information on any of our websites, including postcrescent.com, but you get complete, full access, unlimited access on any of your devices, desktop, tablet, mobile. So get in on that deal, right? 6 months for $1. We want you to subscribe to us. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, USA Today Network, Wisconsin.
Right. Jim Strick just mentioned an interesting tidbit that these two teams meeting in the playoffs, the last time that happened, 1982.
Is that right?
That I just heard him say that.
Well, you know, are they?
And it was a sectional game.
Well, for many years, though, it wasn't Kimberly Class B. When you
That's
go to,
true.
When you go to the Class A and B.
And Neenah sometimes would play in a different sectional.
Yeah, well, this last year, right, they were in different sectionals.
That's a little surprising.
It is, yeah.
I love those tidbits from Strick there.
Are the I didn't even check the sectional pairings. I wonder if they're separate again this season. Is Kimberly in a different sectional versus Appleton East, Hortonville, Kimberly?
Notre Dame got
Neenah, I should say.
Notre Dame got added in, so that might have changed maybe some of the.
That's right, Notre Dame's
some of the
D1
look
now.
of it.
I'm going to have a hard time keeping track of that with this performance. What do they call it?
They just had some more this week. They did the fall sports.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to look at it, but
what is the official title of that?
performance factor?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, now thinking Notre Dame, I was even looking at the rankings the other day. Well, where's Notre Dame in D2? And oh yeah, there they are in D1 in the top 10.
Wrightstown moved up football to D4 next year.
Yeah.
There was another team that moved up as well.
They're used to playing in that league. You're talking about Wrightstown football and a very good Northeastern, right? There's D3 and D4 teams primarily in that league.
Notre Dame moved up to D2.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but whatever. I'm just an old curmudgeon. And Krieger with a tough finish with the left. You call it Ricardo with that footwork.
She's just so adept. I mean, to me, this is still mind-boggling, Brett, to see the evolution of girls basketball from like the late 90s to now. The girls are so much better with their footwork, with the technique, the shooting. It's incredible how far it's progressed.
Yeah, it's just fun to watch. Exceptional athletes and very skilled.
Brett, right now, Kimberly's on a 10-0 run. Look at the Rockets, but just to get off a shot is really difficult and classic. Look at that.
Beautiful. Talk about superior skill, right? I mean, just a little kind of dribbles, gets that jab step off the dribble and gets that defender to clear, and then a little spin move and just gets more space.
Gets the rebound here as Neenah tries to push it down 21 points.
Well, that's a triple team along the baseline, and you can see Ellie Buss falling into our camera guy, Dan Powers, down there.
Kendall Brocktrup was out of bounds. You're right, I see Dan Powers down there. Those are some of the hazards, Brett. You know he faces that when he covers those the Packer games.
Oh, yeah. I think he might have a little bit more of a cushion on those sidelines, right?
Maybe, but still.
Buss gets one to fall. She's got 8.
Oh, look out. Turnover.
Buss again, feeling it from distance. There she goes. Her third triple of the night. And Kimberly going to burn a timeout to kind of calm this little run by the Rockets.
7-0 run.
Full timeout for the Papermakers.
Full timeout. You look at the timeouts, 1 full remaining for Neenah, 2 fulls for the Papermakers. Buss now with 11 points, 8 this half, and 3 3-point buckets. Got to give a shout out though, right to Allie Isabel. I mean, we got to look at it one more time. What a career these past 4 seasons. The former Neenah standout, currently in her freshman season at UConn. I see the Huskies are ranked number 2 nationally, by the way, but Isabel's 2,819 points, 4th all time in state girls basketball history. How many awards did she have? Gatorade Player of the Year, the Associated Press Player of the Year here in the state.
The
Miss Basketball.
Miss Basketball, yeah.
By the Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association. McDonald's All-American. Also won a gold medal at the 2023 FIBA Under-19 Women's World Cup with the U.S. Women's National Team. So can't come to Neenah and not pay respects to one of the legendary careers in girls state basketball history.
Certainly was a privilege and honor to cover her.
Hey, got a question on the chat. I guess I didn't even notice it, but where's the third ref? Yeah, they're operating with 2 officials here tonight, Ricardo.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is like old school. They only used to have 2 refs back in the day, right?
They did, right? Zone defense again for the Rockets. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just down. Maybe the official shortage. I don't know.
Neenah fouls number 14, Kimberly Baltus, her first. 4th team foul.
Well, they're doing a good job tonight, Brett. I don't think there's been any controversial calls.
No, I thought both the Crews boys and now here at the girls game, outstanding job.
You know they are doing a great job when they're not even mentioned.
Yeah, you didn't even notice, right?
Right.
Krieger, a perfect 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And make it 5 of 5. She's got 17 points, Ricardo. Reagan Krieger, and she must be close to a double-double.
3. I'm looking at these rebounds here, BC. Ivor with 7 now. Oh, there's a steal.
Yeah, Van Vonderen with the steal.
But, Brett, I missed the first couple minutes, so I don't know if she might have had a rebound or 2.
Could be.
Fouls on Neenah number 21, Ava Krieger, her first.
Again, I love being here at the new high school. It's beautiful. Plenty of scoreboards here to make sure you're informed. And
it's a nice setting.
It is.
Bright. Sure we'll be here a few times yet this season.
I like our vantage points.
Rosie loves it because nobody's bothering him. He's all by himself up there. This gym could fit a lot of people. You can't even really see to our right. You're right on the screen, the student section. Maybe Rosie can get a glimpse of that at some point as well as Dulis now with another bucket. Well, they can fit quite a few folks in here.
Dulis with 17 points, Brett.
Klesmit coming in almost with the steal on Dulis, but Dulis picks it up. Halfway through this second half, 20-point lead for the Papermakers.
Dude, I'm just laughing at the fact of how young these players are.
I know.
They look and play like seniors.
Yeah, you think Van Vonderen is a sophomore, Dulis a sophomore, right? Asman a junior. Evans has been playing a lot. Urban's a sophomore or a junior. Jeez.
Boy, oh boy.
Never the talent, it never ends, does it? When it comes to high school sports around here, just they keep coming through.
Same thing with Neenah. Izzy Malloy is a freshman.
Klesmit's just a junior.
Yep. Bus is just a junior as well.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be out in Kimberly's ball.
Yeah, it's going to be fun for us to keep watching all these great players come through. You think, well, boy, Allie Zabel. Well, then you have a Rainey Wilson. You think, boy, Rainey Wilson. Then you have a Klesmit or a Bus or a Van Vonderen or a Dulis. I mean, it just, the kids at Appleton East. Well, we got a couple of D1 prospects there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what years they are, though. Are they all seniors? Oh, wow. Tough shot by Dulis.
Well, I know Neubauer is. Who was that? Who just scored?
Dulis with a tough shot underneath. 22-point lead now for Kimberly as we look at our Cellcom Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard.
Kimberly fouls number 24, Claudia Asman, her first. Team second. Alex Goodins in for
Good time of year, holiday season. Just had the beautiful Thanksgiving dinner at Mom's house the last week.
Rosie, there's a student. See the student with the Santa hat in the Neenah section there.
Now you get to the Christmas season.
Yeah.
It's always a fun time catching some basketball, and everybody's in a good mood. Klesmit with another triple. She's got 18 and 4 three-point buckets.
Brett.
There he is.
It's the holiday season.
Got your Christmas music playing.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a good time of year. And then you get through the holidays, and then it's January.
January.
January, a long, cold, lonely winter. I think I heard that line on a song before. There's Krieger. And a three-point opportunity coming up for Krieger.
Krieger's on going to try to hit the 20-point barrier here with this free throw, Brett.
Yeah, 11 points this half. She's 5 of 5 from the stripe all this half. Make it 6 of 6, and there's an even 20. You got your birthday in January, though.
I do.
Same day as my grandson.
Charlie.
Big Chuck, the Chuckster.
Chuckster.
He'll be 2. Then we have a baby number 3 coming in January as well, a little granddaughter.
Beautiful.
So that'll be fun.
Beautiful.
That'll be fun. Got our granddaughter, our first granddaughter. Her birthday's coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Little Ruby, she'll be 4.
Ruby and Charlie. That just sounds like a TV show. You know what I mean? Sounds like a sitcom from the 90s, my friend.
I got a basketball story to tell you of Ruby and Charlie here in a little bit once we get a break in the action. 63-41, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Kimberly in command, right? Oh, geez. Boss with a tough shot that rattles through off the glass.
Rosie's saying that the third ref left early in the first half.
Really?
Not sure what happened to him. Good eyes there, Rosie.
Okay. Maybe, hopefully he's all right. Duelis again, almost. It looked pretty good from our vantage point here. 6.5 to play. Duelis, I thought maybe she's going to line it up again. Oh, and a good cut. Look at that. There's sharing the basketball. Little give and go, Ricardo. Duelis with another bucket.
Pair of 20-point scorers now for Kimberly. Oh, nice block.
Yep,
Oh.
yeah, Klesman's going to go to the line. That'll be against number 13.
Kimberly fouls number 13,
Veda Susek. So anyway, Ruby and Charlie. Ruby's going to be 4. Charlie's going to be 2. Charlie loves anything that has to do with the ball. Baseball, basketball, and he's got a little Tykes hoop. So we got a little Tykes hoop in our house as well. And they were both playing the other recently, maybe last week or something.
Ruby's already dunking.
No, well, okay. Charlie's actually hitting shots. I mean, it's pretty phenomenal.
Is he left-handed or right-handed?
He's right-handed, but he's bending his legs. My son Ryan's doing a good job of teaching him basketball. And, my other son Connor, he'll be doing his best to teach as well. But Ryan is the dad, and I know that I can tell Ryan's spending a lot of time with Charlie because he's got that good form down already. But anyway, they were both taking turns, and Charlie was knocking down shots, and Ruby was missing some that were point blank. And poor little Ruby, she looks and she goes, "Charlie's already better than me."
Oh no!
Yeah, Charlie's better than me. It was just so cute how she said that. And Charlie, he's just throwing anything he sees that even resembles a ball, he's throwing it.
There you go.
Even like Christmas decorations. So look out for Charlie.
Christmas decorations.
In about 15 years or so.
He's dunking the ornaments.
Maybe we'll be streaming both Ruby and Charlie's games someday down the line. We'll be old by then.
Way old. We're old now.
The foul's on Kimberly, number 4, Kendall Ruttrup, her second, the team's 4th. Into the game for Neenah Malloy. Checking in for Kimberly, number 22.
It was just so funny. She was just so exasperated. She couldn't believe that Charlie was better than her. She's like, keep working at it, Ruby. You're going to be good. You're going to be good, too.
Good names.
Yeah.
Your boy picked out good names, and his wife, I'm sure.
Corner 3. That was a good look by Malloy.
Any early leads in the name for the third?
Maybe, but they're keeping that quiet.
Okay, all right.
It's a tough take by Van Vonderen. First bucket of the half, 9 points.
You know, I got to ask. I'm nosy.
No, that's all right. And just fun to have around, fun to play with. And
Fouls on Kimberly, number 21, Sydney Wolfel, her first. 5th team foul sends Izzy Malloy to the line, shooting 2.
Malloy going to go to the stripe for a pair. She's 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Make it 3 for 3. She's got 7 points. I guess Ruby now this next summer can play t-ball.
Here you go.
I told Ryan, I said, you're gonna coach, right? That's gonna be a lot of fun when kids hit the ball and they run into third instead of first. And
all they care about are the Capri Suns.
yeah, I see Ruby. I see Ruby being a good soccer player.
Back in for the Rockets.
4 minutes, 14 seconds left in this one. All Kimberly, 21-point lead for the Papermakers.
Coming out that second half, Ricardo, when Neenah had whittled it down to 8, and it's that 8-0 run like that was really just right there was your turning point. Verbakel with another bucket. She's got 4. I thought that was that was the difference right then and there. Just putting the hammer down, and an 8-point game becomes a 16-point game, and against that length and that activity defensively is tough to come back.
In for Neenah, Maddie Armstrong, Alyssa Abel, and Alex Gooden.
By the way, one of the assistants for, as there's a scrum here for the ball. One of the assistant coaches for Kimberly, Brett, Shay Deckent. Remember Shay?
Oh, is she on the bench?
Yeah, she's one of the assistant coaches.
Wow. She was just playing, wasn't she?
Yeah. 5 or 6 years ago.
Is it that long already?
Yeah, we're at the old building when we did her on the Fab 5.
Wow. How did you get a chance to talk to Freddie Owens after the?
Oh yeah, I did talk to him at length, and gonna do a feature on him next week sometime. Try to get it out. Maybe part of prep chatter. Resurrect that because that was missing during the fall because it was more football column based, as you remember. So we'll probably get that back going up again. Maybe that'll be the first feature. He was cool to the idea of coming on the podcast.
Good. How was Lee? Did you get a chance to talk to him?
Talk to him as well.
Lee Rubbis, of course. Tell me, he looked sharp in that plaid.
I did. He says he wears it for every home game.
Oh, he does. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've seen him in it before. I didn't know he wore it for every home game, though. Interesting. I didn't see our friend John Yoke in the Neenah red blazer. That's only for special occasions.
Yeah, he's right down there. I can see him right now.
Yeah, usually he wears it when it's a big game. It's that Neenah red jacket comes out.
And I did give some compliments to Coach Brownell. He has some nice Jordans on down there. Some
yes.
Low top Jordans.
Well, I'm very happy in my Brooks.
No, Brooks are a good brand.
I need it for my back.
No, I hear you. Brooks are highly rated shoes, my friend. I know that for sure.
Yeah, my cousin works for Brooks.
Oh, even better.
So they're great shoes. Definitely good support shoes, good on the treadmill.
And not a sponsor.
Not, but they should be. final 2 minutes here. That was good. A good evening here, Ricardo.
Our first one.
First 2 games of the season, yep. We'll have a bunch more. I think we did, 13 football games. So usually when all is said and done between football and girls basketball, we usually hit that 30 live stream mark. Maybe this coming spring we did talk about doing like a lacrosse game or 2. It'd be kind of interesting to check that out.
Obviously, Neenah made it to the state title game last year, Brett.
21 Sydney Wolf, her second, and the team 6.
Just test it out, see what kind of an audience we'd have for that. We never did get a chance to do some girls volleyball this past fall, though.
Yeah, it just kind of fell that way.
Just gets so busy. We usually typically doing Clubhouse Live on Monday, Varsity Roundtable Wednesday, then a football game Friday. It's a
full week.
It is a full week when you're doing some streams. Abel with a triple. We have had weeks where we've done 4. That is a overflowing week for sure.
Just telling you, maybe we should think about softball with Kakana with the young, why am I drawing? Meredith girl. She's in her senior year, one of the greatest players in state history.
Yeah, maybe we could try that and see how that would work, right? Do a game. Try to do a few different types of spring games. We'll see, but we'll settle in for a nice long season of basketball. Under a minute to play here. 71-49. Kimberly on its way to winning this one here as we look at our Cellcom, Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear scoreboard. Again, Ricardo kind of mentioned it. Look for his prep chatter. Is that where you're going to have some recaps of this stuff too?
Well, no, that's going to be in the roundups.
Oh, okay.
The prep chatter might have some of that. Yeah, it'll have the Freddie Owens and maybe the stuff I talked with Brownell. Not Brownell.
Lee Rubbis.
Coach Rubbis. Yep.
Well, we said it in the boys' game. We'll say it in the girls' game too, right? These 2 teams are going to look vastly different come March or February.
Oh, for sure.
Who was that? Brock
Trop.
Triple for her. And it looks like that's how this is going to end, Ricardo.
And the final score tonight, Kimberly 74, Neenah 49. Thanks everyone for coming out tonight, supporting Fox Valley Association boys and girls basketball. And don't forget the Rocket girls home again Tuesday night. They get a rematch at Arrowhead.
I'm going to update my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo. Don't forget about Brett at PC Brettsy. And Rosie at Metal Rosie. Did I say PC Ricardo?
You might have, because I said that probably.
I'm going to say it's, you can follow me on Twitter at Ricardo DeLeon, D-E-L-I-A-N. So don't do the other one.
Well, after you update your Twitter, maybe get to some final thoughts before we close up shop for the night. And I'll run down the scoring here in a minute as well.
I'll say this about Kimberly. You're not even seeing the best of Kimberly yet. Not even remotely close. They get back Drought. They get back McGinnis at the end of December, maybe early January. It's going to take them probably a few weeks to kind of, get back in cohesion and everything. So they're going to be scary. Scary, scary, scary. And I know they'll be battling out with Neenah and Hortonville, Appleton North for that FBA girls title, Brett. So that's going to be a great team. With Neenah, they're still trying to figure things out here. The Ali Zabel era is over. You got to figure out who's going to be the go-to player. I know you have Klesmet, but they need some supporting role players in that way. Coach Brownell, one of the very best in the state. He'll have that team humming along. I'm going to guess, past the first of the year. So it's going to come down to can they make, some teams nervous that are trying to vie for that championship title? Can they put themselves in contention to possibly vie for an FBA title again?
Good stuff.
And maybe we'll see you again next week. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, we'll find a game or games somewhere along the line, but looking forward to it, Ricardo.
Okay. Gentlemen, have a good one.
You too. Well, let me run down the scoring. For Kimberly, unofficial, I have Urban for 4, Brocktrop for 3, Eben for 4, Asman for 6, Duelis with 23, Van Vonderen 9, Verbakel 7, Krieger with 20. For the Rockets, I have Abel with 3, Gentile with 2, Malloy with 8, Klesmet with 19, Baltus with 2, Armstrong with 2, Buss with 13. With the victory, the third-ranked Kimberly Papermakers remain unbeaten. Kimberly now 3-0 on the season overall. And now 2-0 in Fox Valley Association play. Up next for the Papermakers, they're at the Pier on Tuesday. Non-conference matchup. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. Neenah falls to 4-2 overall. 1-1 now in the Fox Valley Association. And up next for the Rockets, they're home against second-ranked and defending state champion Arrowhead on Tuesday in a non-conference matchup. As I said before, that's a rematch of last season's WIAA Division I state championship game. Tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m. As for us, again, not sure. I'll announce it on my Twitter account at PCBrettsy, so give me a follow. We'll do a game or something. Maybe you'll do another doubleheader next week. We'll see how it goes. But stay tuned for that. And again, thanks to our sponsors, Cellcom and Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear. Get those stocking stuffers ready with buy one, gift one free on all connected watches, tablets, and cameras. Mix and match to spread the love and cheer. Visit cellcom.com for details. And Cooney's, they have the skills and experience to customize your apparel and spread the word about your organization. Visit them online at Cooney's Embroidery and Sportswear.com. So that does it. A busy Friday night, back-to-back games, boys and girls. That was fun. For Brett Christopherson and the rest of the Clubhouse Live. It has been a long night. The rest of the USA Today Network Wisconsin crew, which includes Ricardo, Arguello, Jim Rosandick, Mike Sherry, and all the guys. This is Brett Christopherson saying so long from Neenah High School. Once again, the final score tonight here in this girls' game. Kimberly with the victory, 74-49. Thanks for watching, everybody.